excuses.
G-major, we major, now let's go stupid. Stomping a hole in the stage, back up us, so go through it. How you gon' say you are just like us, but cannot do this? You and the players in your whole team, they are so useless, they useless.
It's a major mood. This episode is inspired by life and our ability to live it and to experience and to grow and to not always feel like we're fixing. We are just living, and we're not just healing. We are just experiencing ourselves, and that's a beautiful thing. Let's get it. It's a major mood. Hey everyone. It's episode 5 of the Major Mood Podcast, and it is 9:07 a.m. in New York City. You know, I've been listening back to my podcasts. I usually, after I record them, I listen to them mostly that day, and then I don't listen to them again. But I got in my head listening back, I was like, do I sound mad depressed? Or not mad depressed, but like, do I sound like everything is so serious and so deep? Which is also okay, I'm okay with that. I'm a pretty deep person, but I'm also like a really lighthearted person and a really fun-loving person and a really positive person. And I hope that comes across in my podcast too. I don't know. It's just a thought I had. Whatever, why not? Say it. Oh, man. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about today, I guess, kind of in that regard, is like, a lot of times we talk about healing and all these things of like getting in tune with ourselves, like I spoke about in the last podcast. And we talk about it as if it's like a constant process of like fixing something. And I realized, I think that there's really nothing to fix, right? We are all right on time. And what we're doing is we're just like fine-tuning our body, our mind, and our soul. And there's actually, nothing wrong with any of us, no matter what we've been through and where we are in life. And of course, some of us have experienced serious traumas. And, I know some people that have went through things that I couldn't even imagine. And I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud to have those people in my life and to even be able to talk to them and converse with them, because people amaze me. And I wish some of those people that I've met that have told me really, really sad, dark things about themselves and that they've experienced, I wish they could see what I see in them and what everyone sees in them, right? Not just me. I know a lot of these people, and a lot of people are like, they're an amazing person, but that trauma keeps them, from maybe seeing that, or, it's said that trauma is actually stored in another part of the body from the mind. So a lot of people will be like, I don't get it. Like, why am I still reacting this way or feeling this way, even though they feel like they've mentally overcome something? But trauma isn't stored in the same place as like our thought process. You can go through a bunch of therapy and feel like you've mentally overcome something, but your body, right? We talked about our gut in the last episode, and our spidey senses, and our overactive nervous system, our faulty alarm system, that's like the trauma portion, right? That's where like you kind of have to really get in tune with your body, because your body will react before your mind. And that kind of leads into what I wanted to talk about this episode, because when you finally get, at a good place where you feel like you understand your gut in your body, the next step in that process is our mind. And like I said, is this all a healing process? Or is this a life process? Is this simply just what we're meant to do? Is this living life? Like, if we aren't learning more about ourselves, are we living? Is there anything else we're meant to do but get closer to ourselves, right? We refer to it as healing and overcoming, and maybe this is just living. Maybe this is it. From the day you step into this earth to the day you transition to the next realm, maybe it's not just about healing. Maybe that's our human understanding of it. Maybe this is living. Maybe growth is living. Maybe learning about ourselves more is living. Maybe going through those traumas or going through those negative experiences are simply there for you to live, for you to reflect on, for you to have meaning in your life. I mean, my experiences give me meaning. When I look back on my past and different things I went through, I would not be who I am today. I wouldn't be here doing this podcast. And I could simply say, oh, because of my healing process, I'm doing this podcast. Maybe it's my living process. This is how I was meant to experience life. This is my human experience. This is what I have to give back. This is what I was meant to give back to the world and to the earth. And I have so many friends from different backgrounds that give so much. I can't even explain it. Like, I know I say a lot that a lot of my friends are from the creative industry. That's not even true. I have friends from all walks of life that are so interesting. So interesting. And their life might be seemingly simple. It might just be married with a home and a dog, or, married with kids, or a regular job, as we all, like to say, oh yeah, start judging people with the 9 to 5. Maybe they're happy, maybe I'm not satisfied. It's okay. That's also part of my living experience, right? When you're not satisfied, that pushes you to do more. And when you are satisfied, wow, it's such an inspiration to see those people who are satisfied with what some might consider less. But the purpose of this is isn't all of this the actual reason behind everything? I was going to do this morning's podcast on clarity and mental clarity and time, because last podcast was about time and healing, and that had to do with the body. And then I was going to do this episode based off of, me being kind to myself and allowing myself time to have mental clarity, because that also takes time. And I've been hard on myself because I haven't been kind of like the workhorse I usually am in terms of getting things done and goal setting and stuff like that. And I realize it's because I actually don't have clarity in my life right now. There's a lot of things up in the air. The world is up in the air. I mean, no one knows what they're doing. All the old ways of being are kind of going out the window. People are moving more and more into the freelance realm. Nobody wants to work for anyone else. The restaurant industry is shot. I live in New York City, and there's no restaurant industry. Without the service industry, I don't even know how cities function. And I'm sure this city's wondering the same thing right now. But I was about to do this whole episode on another portion of healing. And I swear, this just all came out of my head. I hit record saying, I'm going to talk about clarity today. And I'm not there anymore. I'm talking about the living process now. because I've been upset with myself over not being as productive as I usually am. But I knew it was because I didn't have full clarity on my next steps. But for some reason, I thought I wasn't allowed that time to gain that clarity. And what is that? What does that mean? Like, oh, I've done all this work on myself. I should have clarity, and I kind of know what direction I want to go in. So why can't I just get things done? Because you know what? I'm going through some major transitions in my life, and I'm sure that we all are. You know, this has all been the past 2 years, a major shift in consciousness for the world, a major time for self-reflection for the world. And we could say, oh, the pandemic happened 2 years ago. Okay, well, we were living one way. In my instance, I was living one way for 32 years. And for some people who've been alive longer, maybe they've lived this way for 56 years. The whole world is changing. The economy is changing. You know, the Staples Center is called crypto.com now. Like, come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Everything's changing. And this is life. And yes, of course, we did a lot of healing in the past 2 years because we had time to self-reflect and slow down. But what have we learned if I'm still going to beat myself up about not moving quicker? This is life right now. This is the living process. This isn't just a healing process. This is our human experience happening in real time. We are not all sick, but we are all human. And it's beautiful. And wherever you are in your life right now, let that be beautiful. If I don't know what my next step is today, I am going to be okay regardless. You know, my friend said a beautiful thing to me. I said to her, and this kind of contradicts everything I just said in this podcast, but you'll get it because we're all on the same page here, right? It's a major mood, you feel me? I said to my friend Ayano, I said, I've been sleeping a lot. And I'm getting mad at myself because I don't know why I'm sleeping in so late. And she smiled at me and she said, oh, good. Your body's healing. And I never looked at sleep that way. I said to her when she said to me, I said, oh, thank you for saying that. I just thought I was being a lazy piece of shit. You know what I mean? But she was like, no, you're healing. And now that's how I'm looking at my rest. Like if my body needs sleep, if I don't have mental clarity today, that doesn't mean I won't have it tomorrow. And my body may be healing, but that doesn't take away from who I am as a person, that I am living a lived experience and a human experience. And I got to wake up today and do my meditation and record this podcast. And I was worried about me coming across too negative or depressed or talking about healing so much. And you know what? Now we're like kind of talking about healing, but we're kind of also talking about living. So don't forget that this process that the whole world refers to as overcoming trauma and the healing process is more than that. This is living. And every day you learn something new and do a little better or try a little harder or maybe try a little less and let your body rest and actually heal. You know, maybe that was my point. Healing doesn't always have to be doing. It doesn't always have to be meditate, journal, working out. Sometimes it is simply just sitting with yourself and that being enough. And I'm not going to carry this on too much longer. I'm going to let this sit where it is and be simple, but be proud of your lived experience. This is your life. This isn't just, oh, I'm going to start living once I'm healed. You're living right now. Enjoy your cup of coffee. Enjoy your walk with your dog. Enjoy that phone call to your best friend. I guarantee there's someone we can call right now and laugh our ass off. Laugh at the news friggin' publications. I I was trying to relax before I came on this podcast, and I was like, oh, let me check out what's going on in the news. I think the 3 headlines I read before I quickly decided that was a bad idea was that a woman tried to purchase a baby in Walmart. Another 18-year-old girl lured, another word I can't say right, a guy in on Snapchat and had her boyfriend rob and murder him. I mean, complete insanity. And then the third headline before I clicked off was that Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson ate dinner at Jeff Bezos' house. Ridiculous, right? This is what we're fed every day. Laugh about it. Laugh about it. We're living. And you know what? If you enjoyed reading the Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson article, good for you. That's cool too. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the little things. You're not just a person in a healing process. You're in a living process, and we're all in this together. And if you got one person that you can call and laugh with today, call that person. Let's just remember to try to laugh today. Don't try to be productive. Maybe you feel productive today. Don't listen to me. Be super productive. But if you feel a little lost and a little confused and like you might need some mental clarity, take a second. Breathe. And recalibrate. Redirect. Be okay. And just say, this is my life. This is not just one big healing process or some hump I'm trying to get over. This is a long road that we're all traveling together. And there's ups and there's downs and there's a long way to go for some of us. But this is our lived experience. And it's beautiful. And you're all beautiful. And on that note, I'm not going to keep talking your ear off. Just know I'm here for you, and I am just grateful that I got up today, did my stretching, did my meditation, and made a cup of coffee and was able to hit record. And this is episode 5, the lived experience. I think that's what we'll call it. Who cares? Who knows? I love y'all. Have a blessed day.
Truth is always beautiful. And the truth is always beautiful.